Hey there, so today's going to be a quick update just to let you know what's going on. So it's been a busy couple of days. One of my twins managed to fracture his arm. Like father, like son, I've actually broken my radius 3 times. I did twice on this arm and then I did once on this arm. And the funny thing with this was that it happened every 7 years. So it was at 7, 14 and 21. And the big joke is that when I was 28, I didn't go out for a year. So yeah, so that's been going on. Work is going busy at the moment. I have a lot going on. I don't really talk too much about what it is that I do for a job, but I have a multidisciplined role. I program and I also have to do tasks that are non-programming related. I also deal with a lot of different people in a lot of different capacities, and as well as customers and suppliers and everything in the middle. So I have a lot going on right now, and that is causing me a bit of a shortage of time. The good thing is that I seem to have learnt enough with the vlog so far that I can sort of batch things up and move things around, and it doesn't cause a massive problem if I can't record something on a particular day, because the chances are, if I've planned it out properly, like for instance today, which as I'm recording this is the 25th. It's the Wednesday. Yes, it's the 25th. So today I had the video that went out about Toronto Henge, but that was actually recorded on Sunday. Was it Sunday? So, as you can see, like, I didn't have to do anything today, or last night rather, to get it ready for today, because it was already filmed. So all I had to do was about 10 minutes worth of touching up, and because it was already edited and rough cut, ready to go, it didn't cause me a massive time sink. One of the things that I have noticed actually is that the vlog does take an inordinate amount of time in order to do it properly. One of the channels that I like to watch is the Nick Nimmin channel. I will put a link down in the doobly-doo, and he today even covered this, where it's like what to do when YouTube starts to take over your life. I've tried really hard to make sure that I do a good job, but at the same time it can't come at the expense of everything else. So I've learned tricks like batching up my filming. I quite often film 2 or 3 items in a go. Those I then do an initial rough cut, and that will sit in Final Cut Pro. The dog's suddenly shaking. So that will sit in Final Cut Pro, and if I do that on the Sunday, then on the Monday I can spend 10 minutes just going from the rough cut to the final cut, another 10 minutes on the Tuesday going from the rough cut to the final cut. And quite often I might do 2 or 3 and schedule them on different days in the system, so they're ready to go at 10 a.m. And you can always tell when they're scheduled, because if it was published at 10 a.m. it means it was scheduled. If it's published at some other time that's not 10 a.m. on the dot, then you know that it was one that I've done manually, which is what this one will be, I guess, unless I schedule this one for tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, in which case you won't know. But actually, just so you do know, this was filmed actually on the Wednesday night. So I've tried really hard to get on top of the time constraints that the vlog does create, and it's actually amazing. Like, I really enjoy everything. I enjoy the filming, I enjoy the editing, I enjoy the sort of community side. Like, I enjoy the whole thing. It's for me, it's something that's just so unrelated to everything else I do. I find it really enjoyable. One of the other things I've also been taking a little bit of a look at this week was Social Blade. So if you're not aware of, okay, seriously, you okay? Okay, yeah, so Social Blade, it's one of those tools that a lot of people, they use it, and it allows you to find out, like, what's happening with subscribers and what's happening with views and what everybody else is doing. And I've really tried very hard not to get worried about what everybody... Yeah? Yeah? Okay, just so everybody can see what's going on. Here is Dave. Yes, yeah. Okay, what do you want? What do you want? Okay, so Dave has come over to visit me. Dave, hey, do you want to go outside? Do you want to go outside? So where was I? So, really? Do you want to go out? Is that the problem? Okay, all right, okay. So yes, Social Blade. It's a tool that people use to find out what's going on across, different YouTube channels and Twitch and all the other different social platforms. And the reason I use it is just because it gives me a better graph sometimes than some of the things, and I can just see a little bit more detail than I can in the YouTube side. So they have this score, and long story short, they've got some arbitrary algorithm that gives you this score. So you got billions of people watching YouTube, but most of the content's coming from 15 million creators. And then out of that, it's something like 5,000 or so of those creators have over 1 million subscribers. So, Social Blade allows you to sort of see a little bit more about, what's going on in the bigger picture. And that's why I look at it. So anyway, I normally sit around the 6 million mark out of those 15 million creators. I can guess most of them have fallen by the wayside or whatever. And then, as I said, you've got the cream of the crop up at one end, but I'm sort of about 2/3 of the way up. So anyway, I've been playing around, looking at that and, sort of trying to work out, well, does anything I do on the vlog change what's going on over there? One of the things I noticed when I went down to the US last week was how when I didn't post something religiously every day, the numbers dropped off pretty quickly. So, that was interesting to see that. I'm very much still experimenting with this, and obviously I do pass on the information that I learn along the way here. But I'm still very much a novice at this, and I'm really, the only way to learn sometimes to see what happens is to try things. So it's like, don't post anything for 2 or 3 days and have a look, see what happens. So that's where the whole Social Blade thing comes in, because I was able to see the charts. Whilst there are charts in the Creator Studio within YouTube, this is just something else to give me a little bit more information. Yeah, so other than that, I keep noticing that there's certain old videos that now I've got, 117 videos in the system. This is like vlog 82, if I remember rightly. But the bulk of my views come out of those 82. It's not out of the old stuff that, had been sitting there for years in some cases. But what I do notice is that, every now and then, certain videos, they seem to pop just a little bit. And, like the one I had about why programmers use rubber ducks. It probably had 10 views when it first came out, and then it sort of died off. And then a couple of days ago, something happened either in Thailand or the Philippines, because both of those countries, all of a sudden, everybody's looking for why do programmers use rubber ducks, and all of a sudden they're finding this video. And this isn't the first time it's happened. I've noticed other videos, they sometimes sit there for a couple of weeks and absolutely nothing happens. Then all of a sudden it's like bam, they suddenly come to life. So I really don't know what to do with that type of stuff yet. I don't want to make more videos about why programmers use rubber ducks, but that seems to be the logic that you hear people like Daryl Eves and video creators and so on. They say that once one video suddenly becomes popular, well, look at why that video is popular and then do more videos like that. No, I don't want to do that. I really don't want I don't want to be the channel of rubber ducks and programmers. So there's a lot going on right now, and I don't want to, on the one hand, have the vlog take over all of my spare time and my life, but on the other hand, it's like I do still enjoy doing it as something that is not sitting there wasting time watching television or watching paint dry. So speaking of which, I haven't shown the Spitfire recently. So there we go. Yep. We're still painting it. It needs another coat of the darker green, but yes, for those that know that I've been working on this for quite some time with the kids, yes, we're still going. So yes, I do sometimes watch paint dry. So anyway, what else is going on? Oh, I finally got my Microsoft Surface back. I took it to work about 2 years ago, and I needed it for a small little task, and then the next thing you know, it turns into, oh well, this is a second computer at the office. And then because it was a Windows computer, somebody needed it because we didn't have any other Windows computers working in the office. The entire office is Mac, and so long story short, I finally, just before I went to Connecticut, got the two PCs up and running, and now they've been running for a couple of days, everybody's happy. It's like, yes, I am repatriating my Microsoft Surface. That is coming home with me now finally, because that is actually my personal computer. And so I'm just in the process. It's actually just down on the floor at the moment right now, doing a reset. So it will be totally wiped, and then I can reinstall Visual Studio and all the other little goodies that I like on it, rather than the things that everybody else wanted to install on it. So yes, so that's going on right now, and I'm really looking forward to having that back. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is the batteries in the stylus has gone. And actually, this is one of those things that's very, very difficult. So for those that don't know, this is the Surface Pen, and it basically takes two quadruple A batteries, or is it one quadruple A battery? I can't remember now, it's been so long. No, it's one quadruple A battery, and these things are an absolute pain to find. Like when they go, so the funny thing is, the only place I know that actually sells them is the Microsoft store, because that's what, they fit inside the Microsoft Pen. So anyway, means I'm going to have to do another trip down to the Microsoft store at some point in the near future. But having said that, lots going on right now. I did have one of my Macs. So I had a problem with one of my Macs. I had installed Mac OS High Sierra on it, and it suddenly decided to run like a sloth on tranquilizers. So I had to reset the pram on that to see if it would fix things, and it seems to have sped up a little bit. I'm actually using it tonight to do some editing on this vlog. It's funny, I have a main Mac that has the solid state drive in it, and that's my normal everyday Mac, but I do use an older one that's got the hard drive in it. It's still a Core i7 processor on it, but it's an older one that's got the 750 gig hard drive. So at least that way I've got a little bit of room to maneuver and stuff, and then once I'm done, then everything goes onto a just an old Western Digital hard drive, and then that way things are always archived away. Like, it's not clogging up the system anywhere. So my flow in Final Cut Pro, I'm still working on that. I've tried to be really, really consistent with Final Cut Pro and try to make sure that I try and keep things somewhat similar. But it's difficult. Like, there's just so much to play with, and So anyway, that's that. What else is going on? Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, for the moment. So anyway, I'm going to leave off there, and I will speak to you soon. Okay, bye.